All right, level 6, cats or dogs. Run the program to see how it works. Make sure you click both buttons. How does the play sound block work? I don't know if you'll hear the sound because I'm listening in my earphones. You may not. Let's find out. As everything's a big experiment. Let's just have fun with it and find out. All right. Then how do the lines with slash slash run differently from the others? Then we're going to modify our code, add the code so the dog button makes sound also, and change the messages when each button is clicked. Run. Let's see what the code looks like or how it runs right now. So if I click on cats, I hear a cat meow. When I click on dogs, I got nothing as far as sound goes. So we might have to kind of go through the process of play sound. Basically, there's probably a dog MP3. We'll work that out together. Let's see. We want to play a woof. Dogs number 1. All right. So cats rule. I'll change this code by just comma cats rule and dogs drool. All right. So I've modified this code. Oh, by the way, what do you guys think these are? I'll just let you know. This is commenting. So what this is doing is it's saying on this event, I want to have this, when the user clicks the cat button, I want it to play a meow sound and show a cat image and text. All right. So these are just kind of like little notes to tell yourself what this is doing. And it's a good practice because 6 months down the road, when you're looking at your code and you've forgotten what it is that you were trying to do, those little notes help you remember. All right. So let's add a new function called play sound. All right. Okay. Then I'm going to go back into the parentheses. So here's a URL and a loop. So the loop looks like it's an optional argument. So let's choose or examples. Choose. So here we can find a number of different sounds. So probably animals. We can find a dog. And if we play it, I hear woofing. I don't know if you do. So let's go ahead and choose that guy. And so here's our dog MP3. So now that should add the code so the dog button makes a sound too. Change the messages when each button is clicked. So dog, cats rule and dogs drool. Dogs, I'll just say are number 1. So it doesn't have to be like, something super fancy, right? We just need to be able to get in here and modify this string, right? So that we demonstrate that we can modify strings. So if I hit reset and I hit run, yep, there goes my code, right? If I hit dogs, there's my puppy and my woofing sound. Cats. All right. So maybe because this is a little bit big here, maybe you want to change the text property size because dogs fits, right? But cats, too big. So let's also change the property size, font size of the message label. I don't know what font size it currently is. but I can find out. So I can hit font size here. And then my third argument would be the value, which looks like it's fairly large. Let's try 14 and see what it does. Make sure we put our semicolon at the end so that code is not upset with us. Reset. Run. Okay. So maybe we want to change the font size before we display the text. That's not a bad idea, right? Command X. Command V. 14 is probably way too small. So let's try something a little bit bigger, like maybe 20. And let's actually go to design mode and see what size this is. So here's our message label. Its font size is 30. So maybe 24. Let's try that. So let's go to the code again. And instead of 20, let's do 24. And then it was 30, right? So we can actually literally just turn around, do the same thing, Command C, Command V, and change that back to 30 because our dogs are number one. Fits into that space quite handily. I'm also going to move the set properties so that it's in line with the other set properties. This is what's called nesting, and it's important to do this so that your code is readable. Clearly, the computer doesn't care, but humans do. Humans have eyes and they want to see stuff, right? So let's hit run. All right, I'm going to hit cats. All right. I kind of wish it cleared out that message label beforehand, but yeah, and then that way it would just show up as cats rule and dogs drool. When I go to dogs, it reset this font size beforehand. Maybe a cleaner way to display this might be to either just have everything at 24, um, 24. And then, like in the design properties, we can also just click on here and change it from 30 to 24. That way, we don't have to worry about everything looking kind of weird, getting those properties displayed, and then the values, the text values updated. So, sorry, run. Okay, and there you have it. You don't have to go as crazy as I did, but it's just kind of, I wanted to show you guys how things work. Um, so, yep, changing the font size, um, changing the text, etc., etc. Finish, and you're done.